All right, in section 5.7, we looked at three different types of models. And those would be exponential, logarithmic, and logistic, and we kind of compared them. So let's talk about them again, just review that. Exponential looks, first I'll talk about exponential growth. All exponential functions or basic exponential functions that have not been translated pass through the point 0, 1. And they start out increasing slightly, but then the rate at which they increase gets more and more. So that's called exponential growth. And if you have exponential decline, it's going to be where you're coming, as you go forward in time, it's getting less and less and less. And it's declining very rapidly, okay? Logarithmic, you do have growth, but it kind of tapers off as you go forward in time or along the x-axis for your function. So this is logarithmic. These two are exponential. This one's logarithmic, and logistic has kind of both. It has at first it starts out growing very quickly, but then it changes and the growth rate declines a little bit, slows down. So it's going to start out with looking like an exponential function, and then it's going to have kind of a boundary there at the top or a horizontal asymptote. And the way I tell these apart is I look for how do they bend. Okay, if you look at these two, you can see they're kind of tilted on the side, but they look kind of like smiles, right? They're bending upward, okay, like a smile. Whereas the logistic function is more like a frown, it's bending down. In mathematics, we say that these two would be concave up and that this one would be concave down. And the logistic model actually has a little bit of both. You have a smile here and a frown here, if you will. So that's an easy way to identify the difference between the three types. You're going to look for how do they bend. Exponential functions bend upward. The logarithmic function bends downward. And the logistic has both types of bending in it. Let's look at the homework. We'll see how we apply what we just learned. So here on question 1, you can see that this is bending down. It looks more like a frown than a smile. So this is logarithmic. Here, even though it's declining, it's still bending upward, more like a smile. So this is exponential. And then finally, logistic. Here it's bending up and then it switches to bending down. So this is the logistic model. I hope this helps. Just helps you discern or figure out the difference between these different models.